position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Wallace Wade Stadium in Durham, North Carolina, home to the Duke Blue Devils. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a team from the ACC, the Duke Blue Devils. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Buckeyes will put total leather and we'll get started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
He sends two wideouts right, two to the left on 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. Trying play action. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Blue Devils will punt it away on 4th down. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. Say it. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Looking for more room.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Duke. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Indiana went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Hoosiers always seem to get everyone's best punch, but today they were the ones who delivered the knockout. A top 25 clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
Unloads to the right. Complete downfield. There he goes to the right. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Moore. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Makes the grab. It's Brown. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
In college football, you see this a ton now. And you use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Brown. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
Wants to throw on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Wants to throw it. Buys a little extra time. He's got him. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that quarterback get going the other direction.
Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Has to throw this off his back foot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Blue Devils send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll make the fair catch at the 13, and they will have less than favorable field position here. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Buckeyes come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Looking for a man. It's Ncaa. There's the pressure. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
They kick it away on 4th down. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
The give to the tailback. Turning it on! Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
The Blue Devils come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Right back to the well.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He'll do it himself. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Skips away from pressure. He'll try to do it himself. Quarterback's got the 1st. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Puts it out of the air. And he makes a completion there, set up and in business at the 20.
Well, there's a great example of the receiver working back to his quarterback on the curl route against man coverage. He drives back towards the football, makes the catch, and gets the 1st down.
And the Blue Devils will have it 1st and 10. Looking to the big tight end. And they will score! Touchdown, Blue Devils! They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football, be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary and you make that big play.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun, running back on the move. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. try to overcome that second down incompletion. Dropping back, it's Ncaa. He's taking the shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
We talked to the coaches coming into this one. They know field position was going to be a huge factor for them winning this one. They had a really nice punt earlier in this game. Great job getting down and covering it. Won't surprise me if they decide to play it safe again here on fourth.
He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Power football with the run. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Quickly complete. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Brings up 3rd down.
While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. Chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Duke! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great.
Breaks into the open. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
It's now 2nd down.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They just keep firing. Catch in the middle, it's Tate. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. And here comes the offense on second down. Dropping back, it's Ncaa. He wants to go deep. He's got it down the left. The freshman brought down after bringing that one in.
Well, really nice catch there getting the first down. This dude at wide receiver, man, he is a playmaker. And you think about Ohio State and the recent run they've had on first-round picks at the position. Michael Thomas, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. This guy keeps making plays like that. He's got an opportunity to go in the first round.
He's got an open man. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
QBs like this are so hard to defend. They know what you're doing, and they're getting the ball out fast. They knew they had the corner route. Take advantage. Hit it right now.
From the gun, the ground game. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Wants to go up top. He caught it. Smashes ahead. They will score. Touchdown, Ohio State. Big-time touchdown there to get some much-needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who are you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14.
Guys, one of the oldest and most spirited rivalries in the FBS is being renewed today. Oregon and Oregon State are squaring off. Here is the latest. Oregon delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, and Jonathan Stewart used to do it. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They'll give it to the back. They picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. The Blue Devils want to crank the tempo.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look.
There he goes. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Going for it all. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back. The 40. Inside the 30. He's at the touchdown Buckeyes. And they turn it into a defensive score.
How about the middle linebacker making a great play? Drops in his zone, eyes on the quarterback. He sees the quarterback throw the football, breaks on it perfectly, steps in front, and takes it all the way to the house.
On the run from inside his own 5. He's out of bounds at his own 16-yard line, and he just couldn't find the corner on that return. Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Brown. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Gets it out across the 40. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 42 as this offense trying to put together a good drive.
He does a good job of scrambling around and trying to make a play, but I tell you what, you don't want to take too many shots like that. Those big hits, oof, if you get up now, you dang sure going to feel them later.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop, caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
Fires to the big fella. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but it makes life really easy on me on second down.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
And the Blue Devils pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. He'll keep it himself. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
And how about the aggressiveness of this defense? I love this. Don't let him get to the sideline. Kept the ball in the middle of the field, went after the quarterback right away like some missiles, and got him on the ground.
Put themselves in a bit of a bind with that last one. It's 2nd and 14. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. Floats it out in space. He goes out of bounds after picking up a few at the 35-yard line.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They've been very good at moving the chains on 3rd down. 2 for 2 on this drive. This time they need 6. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. Never a doubt. And they go back on top. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Very intriguing Big 12 matchup today, gentlemen. Here's a look at how it finished up. Arizona State was like a 65-man mute button. They went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Sun Devils team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. Fun one in the Big 12, man. They generally are, as the teams there continue to jockey for goal position.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Well, they execute the in route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Makes the catch. It's Tate.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Caught close to the marker. It's Tate. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Ncaa. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Got his man downfield. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for me.
Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot, he gets outside the pocket, and a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
It'll be third and long. Looking to throw again. Under fire. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
Good job by this defense, man. They've given up some yards and some plays on this drive, but they didn't lose focus. They stayed dedicated to what they're doing, and a great job on third down, forcing the fourth down here, and hopefully the field goal attempt.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. They'll go to the ground. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Castle. Oh, he got loose. Oh, he's got some space. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. They'll throw it from the red zone. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
That's how you blow up the screen pass if you're on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast and force the incompletion.
What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Under fire. Got enough space, and he runs it in basketball. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
And the defense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to pass, it's Ncaa. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle, it's Porter. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. Wants to go up top on first down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Porter. Inside the 40-yard line and out of bounds at the 39.
That's exactly what you're trying to get accomplished. You got to make sure on all these runs, clock running down, get out of bounds, right? Get some positive yards and then stop that clock.
And he missed it. No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Blue Devils will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To the air, it's Ncaa. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. Second down coming up. Looking to fire. Pulls it in, it's Tate. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Got it in the middle, it's Porter. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the 3rd quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
He'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 33-yard line.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
And the Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. A first down run on the doorstep. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Second and goal coming up. Touchdown, Ohio State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Blue Devils with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Turning it on! They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10.
You know, good running backs are the ones that can make things happen in small spaces. That running back there found his lane, he found his crease, and there was no hesitation. He got north right away and was able to make a big-time play.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And listen, they didn't get the huge play off of that, but I love the ability to show that and be able to show plays off of that jet motion and just show them you're willing to complete it. But, you know, get those little chunks at a time. It doesn't have to always be a home run. It's still a successful play.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. And it's picked off at the goal line.
I think everybody thinks when you say middle of the field safety, that's an easy responsibility. There's a lot of field in the middle, okay? I got to cover a lot of space. He does an unbelievable job covering space, breaking on the football, seeing the route, and going and getting the interception. Nice play by that safety.
Not much there. He gets 1 to the 11.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
With the catch, it's Jackson. And the runner is down, and so is the flag. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. They'll go empty and 5 wide on 2nd and 13. Back to throw, it's Ncaa. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll run the option. Breaks into the open. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Duke. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Send the tight end in motion. To the air, it's Ncaa. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again. The Buckeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Working that left side now. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Fires it incomplete.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. On the run, it's Castle.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. To the ground with the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. There he goes. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Buys a little time with his feet. He's going to run it. He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line.
And we've seen this several times now. Like, he is more than willing to take off and make plays. And you can tell the defense is starting to adjust a little bit. They see it. They know it's a pass, but they had eyeballs on him. And as soon as he took off, they ran to him, and they made sure they got him on the ground.
Running to Green. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Really nice run there. You've seen him do this a time and time again in this game so far. You've got the lead. We're way late in the third quarter now. Not going to surprise me if they just keep leaning on this guy a little bit. Keep force-feeding him the football because he is looking really good.
On the move. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Might be calling a hot route. Trying to surprise him with the pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Anthony. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another play off here in the third quarter. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Final play of the quarter coming. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. They knock him down behind the line, and the defense finishing this third quarter in style. That's the end of the period, and Duke has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. To the air on second down. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils! Quick strike through the air for the score. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That number one beside your name is a heavy burden, and when you're behind late, the weight of the world is on your shoulders.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the fourth quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
This guy's going after a day sort of like the one Joey Galloway had against Michigan State in '93, already well on his way.
And Joey Galloway had that bayou.
Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Turning it on! Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
Finds a little space. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
They're going to ride this running back. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Gets the back moving. Lost the fire on 2nd down. Grab behind the line. It's Moore. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
The Blue Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. He'll throw on 3rd down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Just outside the red zone. If they pick up the first down, they'll spot it at the 22.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
They'll go with a direct snap. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10.
And there's nothing more demoralizing for a defense than when you're losing, you know they're going to run the football, they're trying to run the clock, and you can't stop them. They've got to be more aggressive, bring more guys to the line of scrimmage. They've got to stop this ground game.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Duke. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country unless they can pull it together here in the final moments. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give our...
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. Finds his man on the left. On the nasty move, and now he's got room. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the 4th quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Brought down at the 37-yard line, and this defense denies them on 3rd down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Blue Devils will bring the punt team onto the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. To throw, it's Ncaa. Makes the grab, it's Porter. He'll step out of bounds just short of the 25-yard line, and this offense has an explosive play early in the drive.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Makes the grab. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. To the air on 1st down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
The offense has got to find something here in the 4th quarter. You can tell, pressing a little bit. They need that big play. They want that big play to try to make this game a better ball game. Took the shot, unsuccessful, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take some more of those.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, obviously. After that incompletion now setting up 3rd down, you still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic because of those timeouts.
He's got it inside the 30. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Looking downfield on 1st down. He'll take a shot. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to fit the field position with